All right, welcome to a special. We're gonna call it the Freeway League or the Freeway Series special because we're just talking Angels versus Dodgers. They played on September 3rd and September 4th. You can see my man rocking his Dodger gear that he forgot on day one because he was scared of the Anaheim fans, I guess. and and I'm rocking my Angels gear because I'm an Angels fan, and he's a Dodgers fan. If you didn't see episode 1, we made that clear. But yeah. Tony G here today. I honestly don't even know if I need the boogeyman because I don't even know if I need him. I don't think I need him today. The certified boogeyman might be resting today. That's why I got a question mark on my title right here. I have no idea what I'm gonna be today. I don't think I need him, but yeah. Episode 6 is almost at 50 views. So yeah, I mean, without further ado, let's just get into it. Big Papi Nation, thank you guys for supporting us. But this is gonna be a shorter one because it's a special. Because we're just talking two teams, so how long can we fucking talk? We'll see. So Silos, go ahead and take us into the recap for Game 1, please.
That's right. My name's Silos, and we're going to recap Game 1, which was probably one of the best games I've been to this season. Unfortunately, it had to be in Anaheim, in Orange County, not LA County, for those wondering, and those that don't know, because there's people that don't know. But anyway, real quick, when we got into it, there was one solo home run, and this guy celebrated like they had just won the World Series. Nah, I'm just over exaggerating. But I told him, it's just one run. And then, you know what happens in the top of the third? This man actually predicted an Ohtani home run. But Ohtani, just to piss him off, hit a triple. That got stuck under the foul pole, which was fucking hilarious. And then they were talking about trying to challenge it because it got stuck under the pole. They reviewed it. It didn't get overturned because it was not stuck. He didn't struggle to get it out. He just picked it up and threw it. Then following that triple, Mookie Betts did hit a single to bring in Ohtani to make it 2-1. And again, it was just one run, bro. But you know what? Everything was all good and dandy up until the bottom of the fifth when Ward hit a 347 solo home run to even the odds. And let me tell you, got a little scary because, you know what? If we went into the late innings on a 2-2 score, I was having my doubts the Dodgers could win. I'm not going to lie. That's a close score. I was having my doubts. But then, top of the eighth, man, was probably the best at bat that we've seen. Your pitcher, Jose Quijada, and one of our best at bats, Freeman, was up there, and he was 0-2 for like 6 or 7 pitches, man. That tells you a lot. And this was a 12-pitch strikeout. 12-pitch strikeout. We were all sitting there. We were like, is this freaking at bat ever going to end? Granted, there's timing. There's a timer on these freaking pitches, so it's not like they were just sitting out there just standing around. No, they were just out there battling out foul ball, foul ball, foul ball. It went from 0-2.
It was like 7 straight foul balls.
Yeah, probably it was ridiculous. And then there was like 2 balls thrown. Then it's 2-2. There was another foul ball marked, I believe, the 11th pitch at 2-2. 2-2. God damn. And, the 12th pitch got him swinging. But, it was a battle. We both were looking at it like, oh, my God, is this really good?
After every fucking foul ball, that's Silos, man. I kept on fucking, just frustration. I kept going, fuck, and, turning around and, would you fucking get this K already? Come on.
Either get a K or get a freaking hit, man. Do something.
Crazy.
It was a great battle. Hats off to Freeman. Hats off to Quijada. They put on a show. Literally a 12-pitch show. That's something you want to see, especially when it's a freeway series like this. It's LA versus LA. And y'all know who I'm talking about. But, it was a great at-bat, then came in the 9th and really no scores run, so they had to go into extra innings. And extra innings, man, it was just beautiful. What can I say?
Go ahead.
There's, they had already, they had, who was it? Rojas had a single that brought in a run. and he was on base. And then Ohtani was up to bat. And the Angels did not want to give Ohtani a bright light in Anaheim. So they said, walk this man. We'll take out Mookie Betts. And if I know Mookie, man, that man took this as a disrespect. Sign of disrespect right there. Like, okay, we'll walk this guy. We'll take our chances on you. One pitch. 421 feet later, Mookie Betts brought in 3 runs.
Yep. Left center field. Left center.
Yep.
That's where you put it.
And that put us up 6-2, capped by a strikeout at the top of the ninth by Teoscar. And, well, obviously the Dodgers closed it out. And, ladies and gentlemen, game 1 ended on a 6-2 Dodger victory.
There are very few teams who could come back down 6-2 in the ninth. And, I mean, to be honest, the only team I would actually, and not to say that the other teams can't do it, but I've seen the only team I would bet on it is the Minnesota Twins, because they really are, like, built to come back down 6-2. Them or the Diamondbacks, to be honest, because, I mean, when they heat up, they really heat up, and they start, like, it's like a barrage. Those 2 teams are the 2 teams that I would say, if they're down 6-2, like, in the ninth, and I might put some action on those 2 teams.
You and I have both, I mean, and I was a little scared, too. You and I have both seen these freaking LA Angels hit a random ass fucking
random grand slam.
Like randomly, like so you don't need a fucking grand slam. And why the fuck are you hitting a grand slam?
Like that's how they score their runs sometimes. It's literally a grand slam. Like why?
It's ridiculous. It was ridiculous, and I did fear for that because then if they did that shit in the 10th, we were going into the 11th, and then it would have taken me longer to get back to Disneyland that night.
No, for sure.
Anyway. But yeah, that was game 1. Dodgers won 6-2. It was amazing.
Let me just do some to clarify some things. So that solo home run for the first Angels, it was Logan O'Hoppe, a great player. I always joke about this man that he'll probably end up a Dodger someday because of the season he's having. He's playing very well, and whenever he comes on, I always go like, we're probably gonna homer this shit because he's that guy. He really is. And he's one of the redeeming things about the Angels this season. There aren't that many, but you know, the Quijada. I just wanted to say he's like one of our best. Like he's not a starter. He never starts, but he's like a mid relief guy.
He's a good bullpen guy.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then you see, this is why I mentioned it to you pre-podcast.
Yes, you did. And I did forget to mention this man. I thought he did a phenomenal job.
Ben fucking Joyce, man. Oh my God. When I saw him in the bullpen getting ready, I was like, it's 2-2. Oh, this is the best chance we have, you know. And actually, I recorded us saying our predictions, and I thought since Benny Joyce was coming out, it's 3-2 Angels. And then he said 4-2 Dodgers. He was closer apparently because it was 6-2 Dodgers. Because Mookie felt the disrespect from the Angels, right? But, yeah, he ended up pretty much the first one was a fly out, right, on Oscar. And then he struck out Will Smith in 4 pitches. And then to finish it off, he got a 3-pitch strikeout on Edman. And that third strike was 105.5 miles per hour, making it the fastest pitch in the recorded era since they started recording pitches in 2008. So I mean, Ben Joyce, man, whenever he comes onto the mound, you know he's about to start throwing 104, 103, and apparently 105 miles per hour. Yep. So he always is fun to watch, regardless if you're a fan of the Angels or not. Like if he comes onto the mound, you just have to respect the man. He's a great closer. I even told Silos, if you guys ever get your hands on him, you could actually do some damage in the playoffs for once. That's not a Mickey Mouse run. So yeah, go ahead, and if you have any thoughts on Joyce, man, go ahead and share those, and we can get into game 2 after.
Just the only correction, my man. September 24th, 2010. Our oldest Chapman threw for 105.8, and he did a 105.7 again in July 18, 2016.
I read it online that he was the fastest pitch in the recorded era. So I mean, maybe the source was wrong. I'm pretty sure it was like Bleacher Report that said that. So
it's off. He still has a lot. He was 0.3 off from the record of Chapman.
Then I was misled by Bleacher Report. But anything else on Ben Joyce or
No, Ben Joyce. I told you, man. Angels, y'all don't resign him. This LA team has money for him, and that would be a great closer.
We can get into the Angels and their bullshit ownership later. I mean, later on into the episode if we.
I just want to make it known that
I'm sure we will because trust me, like people seem to think that I excuse the Angels for not spending money. That's far from the truth. Ask Silos if I don't shit on them for not spending any money all the time. So. Anyways, let's get into game 2. We'll recap game 2 real quick.
Oh, I'm out of here. We don't need me for this game, right?
Honestly, like, look, man. I even tell Silos like, as much as it's fun to watch you guys in pain and suffering, because Lord knows I love to see Dodgers fans cry. They cry in my comment sections all the time on my reels and my TikToks, but man, like I preferred game 1 because of how fucking exciting it was. Like we were just on our we were standing the whole time and we were just like going back and forth. I got excited and Silos retaliated. It was a lot more exciting to watch. But
and even other fans around us were celebrating with us.
Oh yeah. Like we had people next to us. Angels fans, Dodgers fans, all like kind of. It was all good vibes. It really was. Nobody was trying to start shit or it was. If anything, it was me and Silos just talking shit to each other, which is okay. We want that.
We typically do.
Yeah, we always do.
By the way, I did get elbowed as well that game by this man.
Yeah, I got too excited.
On the bright side, though,
I was like this. I was like, let's go, and then I kind of like.
And I was right behind him. But on the bright side, though, there was someone coming up, so it was better that you elbowed me than someone else.
No, yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
I mean, obviously, it was an absolute accident, but we know.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, anyways, I mean, this was just a barrage, okay? So just in case we didn't mention, it was 6-2 in the game 1. Dodgers fans were fucking hype at the end of that game, and I guess karma's a bitch because game 2 went very, very differently, okay? Maybe you guys should be a little more humble when you win. So, I mean, it was essentially like Bobby Miller was on the mound for the Dodgers, okay? And we didn't mention in game 1, but game 1 had Walker Buehler for the Dodgers, who is not, he's just coming back from injury, so he's a couple games in, so But it was Buehler, right? But he went 6 innings, right?
He finished.
Five or six. And we had
five. This was the first time he finished his 5th inning.
Okay, and we had. If I'm
not mistaken.
He did go 5. Yeah, he only gave up 5 hits, 2 earned runs. And on the Angels side, we had Reed Detmers, who has been injured for a minute. He came back and he put on a good outing. He had 6 innings, only gave up 3 hits on the Dodgers, and that's very impressive. Considering all that, both pitchers had a pretty bad ERAs for starters, and they both did well, and that's what made the game so exciting. Is the pitching really showed up, right? But game 2 was a completely different story. We had on the mound for Dodgers, it was Bobby Miller, who realistically will not see any playoff time at all. So he's just there because Yamamoto's out. I mean, you lost Kershaw, and if anybody else, you won't remember who else is out. I don't remember exactly who, but I know you're missing Kershaw and Yamamoto. So this man, Bobby Miller, will never see any playoff action whatsoever. So Dodgers fans, you can relax because it's not going to be him on the mound for you guys, okay? Angels fans, Griffin Canning put on a fucking show. I mean, it was surprising because when I saw his name, I was like, fuck, here we go. We about to get our asses lit up for sure. And it was quite the contrary. Griffin showed up. He ended up with 7 strikeouts. Ks for my casuals that don't know what a K is, it's a strikeout. So when we refer to Ks, it's a strikeout. But Bobby, like, despite giving up 700 runs, he had 8 Ks. So, I mean, there's potential that Bobby has potential to improve, but, he got lit up. So, I mean, it started off really bad. I mean, in the bottom of the first, after the Dodgers, went 3 and out, we had a walk followed by a hit by pitch. So Bobby was already shaken probably. He hit him by a pitch, And we actually missed this part because we were late to the game. The traffic was horrendous on game 2. Game 1, we flew through traffic like nothing, but game 2 was a fucking mess. And then there was a single to load up the bases pretty much. Then, we had Rendon come in, hit a single, 2-run single to center to bring in 2 runs. So it's 2-0. And then it was almost a random grand slam, but Mickey Moniak comes onto the diamond and he hits a 3-run homer, 437 no doubter, a right center to make it 5-0. And man, I did not get to be present for this, but I saw I watched it back online, and I was like, fuck, man, I would have been so hyped to see this shit. Because I know you guys were fucking in pain going down 5-0 in the first fucking inning with 0 outs. You had 0 outs, and that's what happened. And then, obviously, a bunch of strikeouts came out. Actually, that's what we're talking about. It was a bunch of strikeouts in this game. Despite Bobby giving up so many runs. We had a solo, which I got to see from Cavadas. Solo 404 to right to make it 6-0, and my joy just kept getting better. And then, just straight up locking it down. I mean, Cannon gave up no runs pretty much. He went all the way. We didn't see another homer to make it 7-0 until the bottom of the fifth from Ward. So Ward hit one the night before. He hit it again. So, I mean, against the Dodgers, the man shows up, right? 2 home runs against the Dodgers. Pretty impressive work. We go all the way, just, nothing until the Dodgers finally get somebody on base to bring him in with Pages. Pages hits a 1-run single to make it 7-1. And you guys, I mean, shit, I respect you guys for, showing up and cheering when you guys are down 7-0, because Lord knows, shit, when the Angels are up, we don't even cheer that as loud as you guys do. But you guys will get a single, and you sound like us when we get a home run. And
but it did seem like we were in Dodger Stadium as loud as they fucking got.
We still outnumbered you by a lot. You had sections in the stadium. You still had sections. It's because you guys are winning year after year, right? You give us the same situation, I promise you we'll match you in loudness. Okay? And then we go, obviously they only score 1 run because the score was 7-1 at the end of the game. We go 8-1. Adele brings in a single, bringing in a runner. And then it was not over yet. Bottom of the 8th, another 1-run single from Ward to make it 9-1. And then just to top it off, Neto makes it 10-1 with a 1-run single to left field. And then obviously nothing happened. I mean, it's the Dodgers. When they don't have it, I said it. I told this man when I was there, when they don't have it, they don't have it, man. And when they do have it, they'll go up for 15. But when they don't, it'll be less than 3 runs. That's kind of how you guys go. And it's true, despite the disappointment in your eyes. Again, I had fun because I like seeing you guys in pain because, it's funny to me. It really is funny. But, if you go check out our Instagram, I was updating it for pretty much every major run or thing that was going down. And it was a lot of fun we had fun regardless of the 10-1 score. We were just fucking around. Absolutely. And, it's all fun. That's what baseball is. A lot of people say it's dying. I disagree. That stadium was fucking full. So I mean, when shit is fun, people don't know what to do. You got to go with your friends, make it fun, just fuck around, have some beers, have some fucking hot dogs, and just. It may not be America's sport, but
if I'm not mistaken, that one the 1-run home run was when we were grabbing some hot dogs. By the way.
Yeah.
And I told you, I don't know who scored or I don't know who did what because as loud as it got, we didn't know if it was the Dodgers or the Angels. And once we got back, it went from 5-0 to 6-0. So
yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's what happened. I mean, because we were getting our hot dogs and I was obviously putting some ketchup and mustard on it, and we hear the child react, and I was like, that could literally just be a Dodger single. I don't know, like, you know what I mean?
Very well can.
It very well could be because I mean I respect it. You guys are loud for your team, and that's definitely it can actually be a bad thing, believe it or not, because in the playoffs when you do that, sure it can hype you guys up, but it could also put the pressure on you, and will pressure be diamonds? Make diamonds? It's proven not for you guys. Okay, so I don't know if you guys are helping in the playoffs right now. Sure, regular season, you guys are juggernauts, but when it comes to the playoffs and that pressure starts getting to people's heads and mentally, when it matters, when it's a tie game, are you guys going to be able to show up? That's another question that we can get into because we're definitely going to talk about it. But any thoughts on game 2? It wasn't that much to say for you guys, so.
Yeah, there was not much to say, but except you say that we're the rowdy ones, we're the ones that cause the trouble, but the guy behind us, the Angel fan, he was the drunk one trying to start some shit with a Dodger fan.
We don't know exactly what was going down or what was said, okay? Yes, the Angels fan was the one who appeared drunk. He had a fucking beer in his hand, for crying out loud. But we don't know exactly what was happening. We weren't there. We don't know what was being said. So, yes, it does not look good for us. But it's a Dodger fan that was also there. So, I even said it. I was like, we about to get another fight. We're not even in Dodger Stadium today. But, you guys will start fights anywhere. So,
right.
Any other thoughts, or can we start going into more of the topics?
Now we could go. We could move on. I mean, like again, just to kind of reiterate, it's two games. They split the series just like they did in LA at Dodger Stadium. So split the season series 2-2. So they each took one at each other's house. And and honestly, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Angels won Game 1 in LA at Dodger Stadium. Dodgers won Game 1, and vice versa for Game 2.
Yeah, it actually went exactly like that. And for the record, for my Big Papi Nation, I was 2-0 before this year in Angels versus Dodgers games. Then it split in LA, so I went 3-1, and then we obviously split again. So now I'm 4-2. But hey, 4-2 is a fucking great record for the Angels versus the Dodgers series. Like, for fuck's sake, like that's insane. But anyways, we can get into some of the questions that we got here, some of the topics, if you will. So my first, he approved of all these, so we're gonna go through them. How the fuck do the Dodgers struggle in extra innings against the AAA Angels? Because let's be honest, my team fucking sucks. People seem to think I don't know that when they comment on my TikToks. Yes, I know we suck. Address my fucking arguments, pussies. Like, for fuck's sake, like, come on now. Like, you guys just talk shit on my Angels. I know we suck. Okay, come with something new. Be original. But go ahead, Silos. Tell me how you struggling against these Angels, man? An extra inning. You went to the 10th inning. Tell me why. What's going on? We're in September.
It doesn't. Yeah, we're in September, but it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, what matters, the playoffs is what matters, bro. Yes, you need to heat. You need to start heating up in September, but you also have to understand that if they're playing, let's say, the White Sox, they're not gonna fucking allow that shit. But when it's LA versus LA, there's a meaning to it on both ends. Like, the Dodgers don't want to lose to their baby brother, the Angels, and the Angels want to prove that they're just as good as the Dodgers. So they're gonna put on
Los Angeles before you.
Excuse me?
Were we in LA before you? Yes, I'm pretty sure we were.
No, y'all were in California. Remember California Angels? Y'all were in like San Diego, I believe.
We still here first. You showed up from Brooklyn.
Y'all were in the West. You guys were like in 1961. You guys were created like what, 1961? We came to LA in 1955.
I think you're wrong there. Sir.
Exactly.
Anyways, okay.
So anyway,
okay, hold on. Yeah, you say, it won't happen to the White Sox. Well, in that same day yesterday, the White Sox won 8-1 against the Orioles, and the Orioles are on a similar level as you guys. They're only a couple games back in record-wise.
Because this is baseball. Anybody can win.
So why are you saying the White Sox wouldn't do it to you when they very well could?
Nah, because they won't do it to us. We won't allow it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Would not be allowed. But there's meaning to these games. It's like when you told me, like, how the fuck did the Dodgers lose to the Rockies? The Rockies are in the NL West. They play each other, and it means something. It means something. And then yesterday I told you, like, they're going to lose. They're pulling their starters. They pulled bats. They put Oscar Hernandez. They pulled, I forgot who else they pulled. But they kept pulling all their starters. Why? Because there's no reason. It was already, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, by that time it was like 7-1 or some shit like that. Why try when that to us means nothing? Because at the end of the day, we're still the number one team in Major League Baseball. We hold the best record over the Phillies by half a game. So there's no need to try to, hurt the starters. Just move on and go on to the next game.
I just want to say, you said about 3 weeks ago now, when we recorded in episode 5, this is August. This is not September. Okay? And it's September 4th. We got about 3 weeks, a little over 3 weeks left before we get into October, which is what fucking matters. And this is not acceptable. I swear to God, like, this is not okay.
Yes, but like you said, Bobby Miller got rocked in the first, and they weren't able to make a comeback. So why even bother? Just move on to the next game. See the next game.
I'm also talking. I said extra. How do you struggle against extra innings against the AAA Angels? Walker Buehler. I don't know if he's going to be starting in the playoffs, but he's definitely been a staple. He's been a staple all year. Okay. Now he did not lose because of Buehler. I know that. If we clip this, I know people are gonna be like, "Oh, well, Buehler only gave up 2 runs." Okay, I know, but your hitters were going up against Detmers, who's been out for a while, so he should have been rocked in this game, and he was not.
Yeah, but
Okay.
pitchers, they're in the major leagues for a reason. They're fucking good. So if he had a fucking phenomenal day, he had a phenomenal day, and everybody has those. Like a pitcher, sometimes their pitches are on point, and there's other times that they'll leave shit hanging, and any good hitter is gonna make them pay regardless of if it's Ohtani or like some Paul Smith of some random team. I don't want to disrespect anyone. That's why I'm making up names, by the way.
All right. Well, then let's move on to game 2. Then, how do you lose 10-1 against Griffin Canning, man? Griffin Canning is probably. I'd have to look at everybody's numbers and shit, but I would say he's like the worst pitcher they have. Okay, the worst.
Because I told you, Bobby Miller had a fucking bad day.
Yeah. How do you only get one? I mean, in fact, you didn't even get any on Griffin Canning. I know. Oh, you're gonna say the same thing. Pitchers are good because they're in the major leagues. Griffin Canning's one of the worst, bro. He's one of the worst. Whenever he's pitching, I'm like, let me just take the over. Let me just take the over on the runs because I know he's gonna get torched. And you let him have a fucking a LeBron James era game on you guys. He went LeBron on you. Michael Jordan for your old head ass.
If he went LeBron, we would have won, bro.
Yeah, okay, he went MJ on you, okay? And, all those hitters, Shohei, Mookie Betts, Oscar Hernandez, Freddie Freeman, Will Smith, and one run? Oh, my God. Like, you guys aren't doing shit in the playoffs. You're not doing nothing.
Okay, that's what you think, but once the playoffs start, you're going to see.
We can just move on, because I know you have nothing to say for that 10-1 game with Griffin Canning. There's just nothing to say. It really isn't, So, what does this mean for the Dodgers' playoff chances? Go ahead.
Absolutely
Tell me
nothing.
what it means.
They're going to be in the playoffs. Delusional. They're going to win the NL West, possibly even take the best record in the league, which to be honest with you, and I'm going to put it out there, I don't want that because then they're going to have fucking like a whole week and a half off because if the other game goes all 5 games, and we're fucked because then they're not going to play for like a week and a half. The other team's going to come hot off of a win.
That's insane, man. This is not good. By any means. You say it means nothing. It absolutely means something.
It's one fucking game. Everybody fucking loses a game.
2 games. 2 games against the Angels, bro. We suck.
They didn't lose both. They only lost one. You could call it a loss.
But you almost
but
lost.
It is what it is.
You went to extra innings.
Yeah, but they're professional players for a reason.
And it doesn't matter, bro. You guys are so much better than us, man. You had like double the fucking payroll. It's ridiculous. Like, come on now, like.
Payroll doesn't mean shit. You ever seen Moneyball? Go watch Moneyball, bro.
Oh my God, are you gonna bring up a Hollywood movie to me to go watch?
It's based on a true story. The Athletics took out the Yankees, the biggest payroll to the lowest payroll, and the Athletics took them out.
Dinosaurio. All right.
Yeah, call me whatever you want. It's the truth. If you can get people to just get on base, doesn't fucking matter how badass these fucking players are, they're gonna win. You could have the lowest payroll in the league.
It really is inexcusable what you guys did for this series. And I mean, what do you got up next? Let's see. Let me go take a look real quick to see who you got next. What's the next series? I mean, if you might have a making. Oh, you got to go up against the Guardians. Would you look at that? The Guardians are up next. I don't know how many games. Probably gonna be a 3-game series.
Tomorrow.
Guardians have kind of been wishy-washy. They're 5-5 in the last 10. Lost their last one, so they're away. You guys are at home, so we'll see what happens. But the Guardians are definitely a team that
it's
are not the Angels.
The Cubs.
And the Cubs are on the up and up. I mean, you're gonna have quite the schedule because the Cubs have been rocking teams with runs, man. They've been hitting the ball crazy. So these next 6 or 7 games are gonna be what we gonna see. What you guys gonna do? Because like if you win, the Padres are only 4.5 games back. And the Diamondbacks are about 5, and that's because
and they were like 3 games back.
And they were, yes, they were.
When you said that that the Dodgers weren't going to win the NL West,
is the season over? Is the season over?
Exactly, and they're gaining on them. They're not losing on them. They're gaining on them.
Yeah, because the Diamondbacks have been hurt, and as much as you brought up
so
injuries,
have
right?
the Dodgers.
You brought up injuries. You brought up and you said that despite the injuries, you're still doing well, right? But
exactly.
The Diamondbacks are missing 3 key batters. Okay, I don't even know if you've ever missed 3 key batters. Yeah, you were missing Mookie, but were you missing Shohei Teoscar? Were you Muncy? Shut the fuck up.
Chris Taylor.
Were you missing Shohei Teoscar and Mookie? No. Okay, so stop it. these are three key batters, all right, and they actually do shit on like Muncie, okay. So yeah, I mean, they lost a bit of edge, all right. Yeah, they went from about 3 to 5 games back, but the season's not over. These next 7 games are probably tougher than what the Diamondbacks have to deal with. I have to look, but the Padres have the Giants, who they should handle, at least win the series, and then the D-backs will have. Give me a sec. They're not playing today, Friday, so I gotta look at the next game. They're playing the Astros, so it's gonna be a tough one. They're away. The Astros are definitely hotter. They're 5-5, so they're actually on a 3-game losing streak. So the Astros might be a win for the Diamondbacks, especially if Marte, Guerrero Jr. and I think those are the two. I think Walker's already back, so we'll see. We'll see what happens, but we got a lot of games to be played left. We got the end of the month pretty much. It's gonna be close. When I look at the Guardians and the Cubs, and like I know the Cubs were bad in the beginning of the year, not the beginning, but like the mid.
It was more in the mid area.
They are heating up. You have to accept that. I mean, the Cubs are getting better. They've won their last. I have to check.
And the Dodgers are getting healthy, so it's all good.
They just beat the Pirates 12-0. I mean, you know what I mean. They're not. I doubt they make the wild card because they got to go up against the Padres and the Diamondbacks to get that wild card. But they are after them. It's the Braves who have a wild card, and the Mets are right behind them at 76 and 64. The Mets are on a 7-game winning streak. So I mean, it's still relevant to the Dodgers because they're in the National League. So, but yeah, man. I mean, it's just. I don't like your playoff chances. I still think you're going to go out in the first round, especially if you have to go up against. I mean, odds are if you finish top in the league, they're going to seed you against the bottom wild card, right? That's how it goes?
Yeah, but again, I don't want the top.
So you want
because then you're looking at these other 4 teams, locking into a series, and then the other team is off for a fucking week, a week and a half, without playing baseball, and here comes a team that just probably came from a 3, 4, 5-game series, and they're hot, and honestly, this format does not benefit the top seed in the league, does not.
Right. So the 3 division winners. You're gonna have to help me out here. The 3 division winners,
and 2
do they get a bye, or is it just
the top team? There's 5 teams that make it in.
Right.
The top team doesn't play the first series in the wild card series. They don't play. It's the next 2 teams. It's the 4 teams, but they play a 5-game series that spaced out. You're looking at least a week to a week and a half before the top seed team.
You might hang on. I gotta correct you because there are 3 division winners and there are 3 wild cards per division per league.
Oh, there's gonna be okay. Then
there's 6. So nobody gets a bye now, right? Nobody gets a bye.
6, which now if they get the top, fuck it, it's even better.
I would want the top. Well, the top means you got to go up against.
Oh no, you are right. You're right. Because it's 3 wild cards.
You would face the Braves.
3 wild cards.
You would have to go up against the Braves, who are very inconsistent. It could be an interesting series. And if you end up second, then that makes the Padres or the Diamondbacks. That would be who you'd have to go.
Yeah,
obviously,
correct. Yes.
So yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tough. Regardless of who you face, the Braves are very much like a weird team. I cannot get a read on them for shit. Like they'll. You think they're gonna win and they get smoked, and you think they're gonna get their asses handed to them and they just explode. I honestly can't read the Braves, so it's gonna be quite the interesting series. I could see. If you face the Padres or Diamondbacks, I can see you getting your ass kicked. Shit. My head's fell. But yeah, if you face those 2 teams, I can see you getting your ass kicked. Honestly, if I were you, I'd want the Braves. Despite, having in that 2020 run, you beat them to make it into the World Series. I would want the Braves over those 2 teams. But, after that, you probably have to. We can't predict exactly, but if you somehow get the Brewers in the second round of the National League, what would it be then? The division? Is that what that is?
Yes, it's the wild card,
6.
and it's the NLDS, which is the National League Division Series, and then after that, the NLCS.
Well, this is weird, no? I mean, it's so there are 6 teams now.
Yeah.
After the first round, wouldn't there be 3?
No,
teams
the top
left?
2 get a bye now. The top 2 get a bye, and then the 4 teams.
Okay. Okay. All right. That makes sense. My bad. I didn't know that. I'm still learning, despite, I'm doing my best. But okay, that's interesting. We'll see how it goes down. But yeah, I mean, again, it's going to be a tough playoff game. The National League has heated up. It was weak. It was very weak. But the Padres and the Diamondbacks have woken up. The Cubs are waking up, and the Mets have woken up with the 7-game winning streak. So it's going to be a very interesting playoff. It's going to be exciting, regardless of what happens. I don't think the Dodgers are doing shit, but you can't deny it's going to be a great year for the playoffs. And we're not talking the American League, so we'll run too long. But I got the Phillies as the best team in the league. Better than you, because one of the next question I have here, are the Dodgers the best team in the league? So I think the Phillies are better than you guys. I just think the pitching core is a lot better. They got Hoffman and Strom, who are very good, like mid-relief guys. When Hoffman comes out, I'm like, shit, it's a wrap. He's got that Ben Joyce energy when Hoffman comes out. But I think they're better. The pitching core is better. The pitching core is finally. I know Ranger Suarez is kind of a mess right now. He really is. If he doesn't get his shit together, then I would say your Dodgers are better. But I'm sure you've seen Ranger. He's been in shambles for a long minute, like at least a month or like 6 weeks. He's just been very, very he's getting cracked, left and right. He's getting cracked.
Yeah, but again, at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you this right now: the Dodgers will win the World Series.
That's insane.
Probably delusional.
You did not just
I'll say whatever you want to say.
Say that right now.
I did say that right now, and I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I'm going to take them to win the World Series.
Tripping.
And they have 0 competition.
That's insane, man. You did not just say that.
Yes.
You 0 competition? Now you just full on delusion. Holy shit, bro.
You'll see.
0 competition. Bro, you won't even make it out the first round. And you talk about 0 competition.
Okay, when they make it out the first round, we'll start, following the first round, and the Dodgers move on, Oh, shoot, they won't need to because they don't play the first round.
It's not a Mickey Mouse series, man. You don't have 60 games this year.
Yeah, but so the Dodgers fuck up because there's injuries. Oh well, it's the Dodgers. They should win. The Diamondbacks are injured. Oh well, they didn't win because they're injured. Come on,
I know you're not. You're not trying to call me the hypocrite. Okay, you guys change narratives all the fucking time. Shit. You guys will move the goalposts all the time.
At the end of the day, it is what it is. The Dodgers are gonna win regardless. They're getting healthy.
No, you're not going past the first round, man. You ain't doing shit.
We couldn't win the Freeway Series, but hey,
I know they're gonna go to the Phillies will go to make it to the final round in the National League, the league. I know that, and you won't beat them. I promise you that you won't beat them. Okay, so if you somehow get past the divisional, you won't make it to the National League Championship Series. It's just not happening, man. I don't see it. You ain't making it to the series, and even if you make it to the series, you won't get past
we're not going to play in the wild card, so we're going to go straight to the divisional.
That's what I'm saying. You're going to lose.
We're not going to lose in the divisional. We're going to be in the
you're not going to make.
Series.
You said you won't even. You might not make it to your divisional top of the division, man. You got 2 guys they're still on your ass. I don't care what you say, and you got 2 tough series against some hot teams. Not the Guardians, but the Cubs are hotter. That you could easily start giving up that little edge, and then I haven't seen the rest of your schedule, but you could finish as a wild card still. I still believe in that shit. You know what I mean? You can shake your head all you want, but I definitely think you could still finish second at the least to either the Padres or the Diamondbacks, man. It's still very much possible. A lot of games to be played. We've got 30 games left. Plenty of time for you guys to give up some ground and the Padres and Diamondbacks to heat up. Padres 3 in a row, Diamondbacks 2 in a row. So and you guys just lost 1, so it could get worse. You could go on a major losing streak right now, and I would be laughing my ass off. So But I mean, you have any further thoughts? I'll let you give your final thoughts.
No, I already said my piece, and I already told you, Dodgers will win the World Series.
All right.
And I'm gonna make sure I clip this and put it known out there. And whoever doesn't believe, well, we'll be talking again in October.
All right. Sure we will. All right, but I mean, I'm good. I've pretty much covered everything.
I need you to hold off your horses.
Why?
Because in this special, we might be able to do something really quick. Give me one second. We're not cutting off just yet because we might have something special coming up.
He did not tell me this is all new to me. I have no idea what's going on. Big Papi Nation, he's really trying to pull a fast one on me. I don't know what to expect. So, what, did you have Yamamoto back there? Is he going to come out and talk to me? Are you going to have Shohei? Is Shohei at your house and he's going to start talking to me? Like, he's going to tell me why I'm wrong? Is that what you have? Or Mookie Betts. We're going to get the on base host from On Base. He's going to come on and start talking to me. What the fuck is... Okay, he has nothing. That's what I thought.
All right. Yeah, I couldn't hear you.
That's fine. Yeah, I was being hilarious as always.
Of course. But for those of you who don't, I know this is just a Freeway Series special, but we might not be able to do this a little bit later. So for those that don't know, Big Papi Podcast started Big Papi Fantasy for...
No way. There's no
NFL
way you
football.
have it. There's no way you have it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to unveil the winner will get...
He actually did it already. He didn't tell me this.
Should there be a winner, ladies and gentlemen...
This is a surprise to me, guys.
This is...
Wow, he did it. Okay. He actually
Big
got it.
Papi
I mean...
Podcast.
I'm surprised.
Here.
So for my Spotify listeners, we were talking about buying a belt for our league, and he actually pulled the trigger on it without confirming it to me, but that's fine. But yeah, the winner he made a belt, Big Papi Podcast for the fantasy championship. It's gonna rotate in our league, so we have a 10 player league full of people we know and trust. Obviously, we ain't inviting no fucking strangers into the league so they can run away with the belt. That shit costs like $200. But yeah, it's gonna rotate. So winner will hold it for the year until the next year, and then it'll be up for grabs again. So it's gonna be nice hanging up behind me right here, exactly right here, guys.
Hey, buddy, I got a spot for it right here.
I know you do. But for the first episode after I win it, it's gonna be right here on my shoulder, ready to be like John Cena when he held his belt. He always hold it on his shoulder, wrapped around him. So that's gonna be me for the first couple weeks, and then it's gonna hang right up there, so everybody can see it, or maybe right behind my TV. That way, it's a little more visible.
Brother, you're not gonna win. I tell you that much.
Well, we got today is September 5th, Thursday. So day one of the NFL.
Game one is tonight.
So guys, I know it's a series, the Freeway Series special, but we will record tomorrow, reacting to what happened today. So Chiefs Ravens on the docket today. Lamar versus Patrick Mahomes. If you've seen episode 5, 6, then you know that it's gonna be fucking hilarious. Especially if shit goes down. So stay tuned for that. We're recording tomorrow. That's gonna be officially episode 7. This is just gonna be a Freeway Series special. Episode 7 will be recorded tomorrow. And it should be fun. We're going to talk all NFL, pretty much. This is just a special because we're just talking about 2 teams, basically. I mean, I know we mentioned other teams, but they're still relevant to the Dodgers, right? Because Lord knows the Angels ain't doing shit for the rest of the year, and God knows how much longer. But, Silos, can you tell me the time? What are we at, buddy?
We are at 44 minutes, so I think
that's
a
great time to cut it. Calling it, guys. Thank you for listening. To anyone, if we've got new viewers to watch this, because we're gonna put Freeway Series Angels Dodgers special. Thank you guys. Hope you stick around. We are gonna keep talking Dodgers Angels, and as much as a hater I sound in my reels, trust me, I am very much selling my takes. Okay, so I'm not always like that. All right. I'm not as big a hater as you think. No, I'm not crying. I'm selling, especially in those episode 2 clips. Okay, I'm selling everything. It's all to get those reactions, because Lord knows one of those TikToks is probably over 300 comments now of a bunch of Dodger fans coping. So, but anyways, Big Papi Nation, this has been your show. I'm the certified boogeyman question mark today, because I don't think I had to be. I'm more Tony Millones today, if anything. But thank you guys for listening. I'll let Silos sign us off. Go ahead, Silos, take us home, buddy.
All right, Silos here saying thank you for everybody to joining us today, and like always, thank you to all our military men and women out there. And it's been great. And again, the Dodgers are definitely the number one team. So we're out.
Bottom of the league.